So welcome to Under the Table. This is a behind the scenes kind of post game talk show where we discuss whatever the TTRPG campaign is that we're into at the time. I currently have with me the cast and crew of Strange Shadow Golden Ridge. We are going to be discussing episode 5 of this series. We have our DM, Mr. Pickles, who's going to be basically kind of overseeing this Under the Table since it's his game that we're going to be discussing. We have Fred playing, he's the voice of Detective Verde, as seen in chapter, or we call it season? Do you call them seasons or chapters, Pickle?
I call them adventures.
Okay, as seen in Adventure 2 and 3, as Adventure 1 is missing. Myself, I am the voice of Kingsman, as again seen in Adventures 2 and 3. And then we have our newest join, Daisy, playing as Dr. Sniper. No, just kidding. Dr. Iris. She's the voice of Dr. Iris in Adventure 3. Most recent episode 5. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Pickles to kind of lead us in.
Yeah, well, if I can just make a little correction first, it's technically Dr. Forsythe.
Yeah, Dr. Forsythe.
Yeah, Dr. Iris Forsythe. And her I'm doing it improperly by being like Dr. Iris, but
no, that's you're true.
I guess that's me being a person that's doing hazing for no reason. Somehow I didn't do it on purpose. It's involuntary. Anyways, yeah, so we had a bit of an adventure last night. Like the big things to me, and we can go into any parts that you guys are really interested in like talking about, was getting everybody together with a new addition to the party, trying to minimize how much time Iris sits, or well, Daisy sits in the corner, I should say, because I don't know, maybe that's worth just going piece by piece. Like, I hate having players who just sit in the corner for 40 minutes and do nothing.
That's strange, because I love doing that.
You love being sat in the corner?
Usually nobody puts Fred in the corner.
Means I get to read a book.
I meant more of like game time, like
during
a game. Yeah, you don't want to be sitting there at the game, like, okay, I'm ready to play my character, and then it's like,
y'all trying to sit me in the corner this week. You told me to shut up and mute myself.
Okay, no, I didn't
mean such thing.
To be fair, we run a production, and in the background we got TV show playing. It's not great.
That is an excuse, and you know it.
It is actually technically the excuse for. I was just saying, it's like if like I don't want to stop people from talking, obviously, and I did kind of feel bad about that because I didn't want you to feel muted by me, but it's just if
I mean, just push the talk. Anytime you want to talk, you push the button, you talk. And that way, while you're sitting there being quiet and other people are having a moment, you don't have barka 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 barka.
I'm just messing with you guys.
Well, you successfully mess with me, and my wife is home, so I'm going to be right back really quick, guys. You guys can talk about how much you hate. Yeah, okay.
Going dark again.
It's your show now, Daisy.
Okay. Well, it's episode 6, not episode 5.
No way.
Yeah.
Is it really?
I just watched it. Yeah, I just watched it.
Did I label it right?
Playlists and stuff. Yeah. I think it's because the video is showing up as a live stream and not as an actual YouTube video. But that's probably why you were like, oh, it's 5.
Yeah. It's episode 6. Damn it. Okay. Well, welcome to episode 6. It's Under the Table.
Yeah.
I labeled it correctly when we streamed it, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I'm amazing.
You are amazing.
Thanks. I just heard a rumor on the street that Pickles was trying to mute Fred. Basically, yeah. Pickles Fred drama confirmed. D's hanging out in the chat. What's up, buddy? Yeah, so I guess let's talk about Daisy. Daisy, you came into the game. I was mad too, because man, it was 30 minutes of just Daisy.
Yeah.
I was sitting there like, damn, did we get a moment? And it's so tough for me too, because like playing Kingsman, he's someone who kind of interjects all the time, just
Mhm.
little tidbits. And I had to sit there because like I had all these invasive thoughts that I like wanted to interject, but I was like, no, don't. This isn't your moment. You're not there. Da da da. And then I was trying to figure out. So then he was talking about it's 11 a.m. and I was like, okay, it's 11 a.m. But we were done at like 11 p.m. last night. So then he's like, do you want to go to the farm? And I was like, why would we still be at the farm? We're not just sitting at the farm still, right? It's been 12 hours. Like, why are we still here? But then he
Yeah.
confirmed that it was the day before he was just leading up to. And I was like, okay, that makes more sense.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I think I follow what you've been saying now.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out why we were just sitting there at the farm for 12 hours. I was like, you're like, do you want to go to the farm? It's 11 a.m. And I was like, why am I still at the farm? No, Pickles, jump to my scene. I want to leave the farm. Why not? Why am I stuck here? But it made sense. Yeah. So we were talking about how, given the all the spotlight on her for the first 30 minutes, and I mean, I was mad. I mean, not like actually mad, but I was sitting there like,
Yeah.
I want to say
I could
stuff
say it
too.
was like, yeah, it felt like a big spotlight, and it was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna mess up or something. But
That
it was like a
was
needed rough point, I think.
yeah. I think there's multiple ways to bring someone new in, and
Yeah.
there's hit and miss, like pros and cons to every single method you could do. Pickles threw you into the deep end. Was just like all spotlights on you. Like we're no one like before anyone else got a chance to like role play, break the ice, kind of get into the mood. It was just kind of like Daisy go. And while as a new player, it could be like, oh god, like I don't know what to do. You took to it like fucking that, and it worked. And I was just like, oh fuck, that was a great bet. Like, well done, Pickles. It can hit and miss in the fact that it's like you know, it could have just been ruined and you would have been like, oh, I don't want to, I don't know what to do.
Mhm.
But one, you killed it, and two, it's a good method because it breaks you out of your shell to where you're not just like quiet the whole time and you're like, oh, this is kind of their show, I'm just kind of be here. No,
Yeah.
you were part of the show, you were made a main star of the show, and it worked really well. I think it worked out well for everyone.
I guess I didn't realize how much of a spotlight I put on you there.
It's not a bad thing.
What are you
It's
talking
just
about? Like 3/4 of the
interesting.
episode was all about Iris.
3/4.
Yeah.
It was 30 minutes out of 3
It was like
hours.
the
So
beginning, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that is a
it
good point.
needed a
Like
proper setup.
I wanted to establish who the character was and why
Mhm.
they why they're in Golden Ridge, what their life is like generally, and then I wanted to bring them in because that's essentially what I did with King in the first Lost episode. Um, was just kind of establishing who you are, and I'm not sure if Verde got one, but you've had moments where we pick up like what Verde's life is generally
Verde's intro
like,
was
where you're at.
follow me.
It seems like Verde's backstory is just slowly getting more and more evolved as we go along. He didn't really get the
Yeah,
intro Iris or Kingsman did, but his is more the
I would
slow
agree.
burn. Oh, you did that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's cool to have something different. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I just didn't. I guess I didn't realize. Like my method is if you were not like doing well with it, I would have backed off. Like when I asked, do you have a name for your radio show? You said I don't know, and
Mhm.
it's like, yep, move on.
Have you
We
come up
can
with a name
a
for your radio show?
placeholder. We made a few
A
jokes,
couple
but we moved
ones.
on.
Not any good ones.
Not any good ones. Well,
Yeah.
I have underwear that says it, so it better be cool.
I was thinking you might go with like insight with foresight,
Oh, that's cute. I'll write that
because your
down.
last name. And then you might do the comeback as now that I have my doctorate, or whatnot. Some
Dr.
insight with
Foresight's
Doctor
insights.
Foresight. Actually, that's better. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, that's cute.
like a returning show, and you might have been here in 2008 through 2013, and now,
So,
yeah, I don't know.
this is really the first under the table I've been in since we got back to the strange town of Golden Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
So something I want to
Yes.
bring up is the slightly comical slightly serious amount of bullshit that Fred has in his house. That was completely
Yeah,
off the wall.
Hmm.
Oh,
you have a
yeah, like
stash
a
of weapons.
Roomba Claymore?
Yeah, Roomba Claymore, a couple more
Barrels of
Claymores.
grenades? Just random shit.
The grenades were a joke, but or were they?
I mean, he
Were
does have
they?
a lot of
Whoa,
grenades, but it's not a barrel.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's part of Verde's backstory now. Is just
Well, he's got quirk, World War II obsession. So I would
Hmm.
imagine you have a lot of things. Even if it's like a lot of dud grenades, you'd still have a lot of grenades.
Mhm.
Chet says
So-
Verde is like a young Commissioner Gordon with a heavy dollop of I don't give a fuck. seems pretty accurate.
Batman, you done snuck up on me for the last time.
I don't know. So going through last episode, I mean, we can go through all of it, like Fred was talking about, but it's not canon until it is true. How I'm curious from Daisy, how I mean, you watched through the series. I think you watched through Adventures 2 and up through Adventure 3. So you kind of seen how we are as players, how we are as characters. How was it playing in the game versus being a
Well,
viewer?
um,
Long time viewer, first time player?
yeah, it was exciting. In a way, I was kind of like trying to make sure that I was balancing out like how much YouTube would be involved, but then obviously Kingsman just kind of went off, and I was like, okay,
Listen,
let him do his thing.
I wanted to be the sniper.
I
You
mean,
out
I
sniped me, and I was
understood.
like,
Yeah,
God damn it!
yeah. I watched episode 5 when you were doing like the headshots. No, this doctor character that I've built, like her whole thing is she's a sniper because she has such steady hands. Because she's a
Yeah.
doctor, she's a surgeon, and because she grew up hunting, like, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I
because I
thought
was
it was
talking with
gonna be like
Pickles about
filling a
that. I was
hole.
like, she's a
Mhm.
doctor, she's a famous person, celebrity, she's a sniper. Like, why she doesn't need us?
Yeah.
she just
I worried that she was like too overpowered multiple times. Then he was like, no,
yeah,
it's
apparently
fine.
you just know how to make
Okay.
better characters than us, which is
I don't know about
cool. I'm
that.
not jealous. Shut up, chat.
Well, that's the beauty of Savage Worlds is that you can do a lot of really interesting builds with different characters. Um, I know there's at least one point where I was so excited about supers and I want to do a superhero campaign at some point, maybe after this one. Um, and it's just I was looking through the combinations. It's like teleportation plus explosion, like where your body explodes as like a grenade, and then having the bonus of being able to reform and be alive after you explode. I was like, that is a build you can do at like the lowest level, the street level, a human grenade.
Just
And I was
teleport
like,
into a room, explode, and teleport away.
exactly. Yeah. You kill everybody in the room and then you teleport away. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be a terrorist nightmare in like a modern superhero campaign. And I don't know. That's Savage Worlds Supers, just FYI. But yeah, Savage Worlds as a system, there's a lot of really weird combinations. And I think some of you guys have like your own flavors. Like I know Detective Verde, you caught on to alertness and investigator, and now +4 to like finding any clue when you're on the scene. That basically means no matter what, your notice checks will succeed to
Yeah.
find basic clues. And it's like the really, really hidden stuff that you actually have to roll for.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I built him for because he is a detective. It's got to mean something, you know.
And I think last session actually it was said +4 means Pickles wants you to win.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it is you will succeed. It's just do you succeed by more? Um, but I mean you've built the system to work for you in that way. Is it's not just Pickles wants you to succeed. The system therefore wants you to succeed at that kind of role, and I have to work with it.
So yeah, so basically what we've heard is she has an amazing character, he has an amazing character, and I'm there. And Titan is with me. He's cool.
Well, okay. The comment from Daisy though was that you wandered off, and you did have a delightful little NPC ally over there. You were shooting stuff and dealing with the difficult situation,
Yeah, she
which is
just
another.
told me you should leave your friends. I was like, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh no! I was saying.
I agree completely.
Yeah, we're on the same page, Mime.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all.
No, I know. It was
Okay.
warning me like, hey, you guys are gonna be split up eventually. You should be aware of that. And I was just like, you're saying I don't need them anymore?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I did get the reference. What I was just thinking about though, so Dr. Lady, she is
Fortnite.
like she got like a sniper rifle.
Oh, it's so cute.
Well, it's a hunting rifle with a scope attached.
Right, yeah,
As
close.
far
It's
as I
civilian
understand, like
grade
sniper
sniper.
rifles, yeah.
So
It's legal, like street carry in Washington type thing.
So not Titan. Titan doesn't have a gun. Kingsman is close quarters combat style. And so he's more dark ops, like cut the power, move into a building, go through clear rooms, where she's watching from a hilltop, sniping people, helping me clear. So I thought about it after, and I was like, actually, we can make a badass fucking team.
Yeah, that was my plan.
I will say Verde would be more of the kick the back door in and shoot everybody in sight kind of guy for that sort of situation.
You're a cop. You're women, children. Fuck it.
Shoot everybody. I'm just saying, in that sort of situation, Verde is more the shock troop than either one of you would be. I guess.
Yeah. I think we have 3 different styles of combat, and it'll be interesting to see how that comes into play when we're not just fleeing monsters.
Yeah. And worth noting, the marksman edge, something that the doctor was also interested in, but I don't believe you took it. Marksman is more about the quick reactions. It's inferior to the aiming action, but the aiming action takes up an entire turn, whereas marksman gives you a fraction of the benefit for free because you're just so quick like that. And that's something that King has taken, and he's used it a few times to reduce penalties for aiming at things. And I believe for the cover in the trees. But it's one of those things that I think makes him a little bit different from an actual sniper. Even though marksman kind of suggests like you're a sniper, it's more of just like you have very quick aiming. And I feel like a real sniper is more like calculated, and they're sitting there and they're like, how's the wind going? That kind of thing. And so I think there would be different edges to improve that kind of build, so that you have the long range, the medium range, and the oh my fucking god, Detective Verde just kicked in the door with a shotgun range.
Oh shit, he's here.
Verde, you're the only one with fighting as a skill trained, right? Or did King take any fighting?
I don't remember.
I know the doctor doesn't have fighting.
I don't have it, yeah.
I think I do.
I think Verde
fighting is like hand to hand, right?
Yes, that is correct. And it's it's the skill that improves your parry, secondary attribute. Your ability to avoid being hit in close combat.
I took it because theoretically, as a police officer, he
should be able to do some.
Yeah, but should be decent at the very least hand to hand.
Yeah, like I think going forward, I'm gonna build my guy to be more like CQB, close quarters combat, like moving through buildings, stealth, taking people out, and then when you've been spotted, okay, I need backup. All of a sudden the door kicks in, shotgun blaster going off, and I'm like, okay, good, backup's here.
I mean, I didn't plan it for Verde to end up as the close quarters expert. It kind of just evolved that way.
Same.
He just has an emotional support shotgun.
Emotional support shotgun.
Yeah.
We need to give him a trademark weapon as well. Emotional support shotgun.
The medicine stick. That's what it's gonna be
medicine
called.
Stick. But I was thinking one of my perks that I plan on getting is like parkour, so that way I can like scale up a building, like up the fire escape, like flipping off the roof and shit, and like that's more my style. Whereas she's like perched out on a hill with like aiming for a round. All of a sudden, someone walks across, headshot. Like, I think it would actually work. Like, at first, I was like, dude, fuck my team. Like, they're way cooler than me. But now I'm like, actually, we kind of make a cool team.
And you have a weird little benefit you gave yourself. You're charismatic.
Yeah, I'm a very
maybe more than anybody else.
Wait.
You can talk. No, you can talk your way out of things. You're the kind of character that it was somebody goes into a room and sees you with an M4, and they're like, "Why do you
and
have
a
an
sword on my
M4?"
back. I do want to get
Right.
fighting because I want to be able to use my sword.
They're just like, "Why are you in the break room with a gun?" And then the charismatic character would be the one who would have the chance to be like, "Oh, dude, I'm running maintenance." And they'd be like,
I'm doing maintenance.
Don't you see my sword? I'm maintenance.
"Oh, yeah. I heard they had a rap problem, I guess." And then they walk off because they don't care because you're in an office and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, this isn't like.
But that's that like backup benefit you have is you can get called out on things and have a chance to be like, hold up.
Hold up, hang on.
Whereas the detective has some bad luck.
Hang on,
and
wait
the
a minute.
doctor.
Okay, I was just hesitating and giving long enough for my backup to get in place.
Shotgun sounds from outside the door.
Yeah, that sounds just about the right amount of time.
I mean, you could probably buy time with that. It's just like knowing you don't have a good excuse and just buying time. And it's sort of an interesting comparison, I think, is that you're charismatic, but the doctor is famous. They both give similar results, but
and Verde's just chilling.
they're both like persona type things. Like with your fame, you run the risk of being spotted and known as who you are by some freaking weirdo in a farmhouse with a rifle pointed at you. Named King.
Oh yeah, no, that did happen.
I did remember like after the session that I'm supposed to have some. Well, I have the option to have like it says +1 persuasion when recognized, so I could have like improved.
You're surrounded,
what
but
they
like in
thought
a
of
good
me.
way.
I did factor that
Yeah.
into the common knowledge rules. My general rule is that before you roll, I should give you the penalties, all penalties, but I reserve the right to add any bonuses I remember after the fact. That's just to keep my power in check, I guess. But yeah, I should tell you what your penalties are when you roll. And if I don't, then there's no retroactive, or there shouldn't be. Pickles. Good. Okay, so
He's back.
Dive. Oh, I'm back. Let's maybe dive into the story so far. Since Fred hasn't been here for a while, we've gone over characters and introductions. Yeah, the story so far. You guys are interacting with this rumor of illegal alcohol. And you have a lot of leads, and well, I feel like you have a lot of leads, but there's been some instances that mirrored the second adventure where guys have said, "I'm not sure where to go next."
Burn hole in the tree.
There's the burn hole in the tree.
Purple coat girl is out there. The car crash incident, the explosion. We found the bottle.
That's from the second adventure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just noting all the leads and all the different shit that we still have out there that we haven't wrapped up.
Well, and there are some things that once they've happened, it's more of recognizing that things have happened and logging that for whatever it's worth.
Oh, so actual current leads? The burn hole in the tree was
maybe we could talk about
the session.
What's that?
The burn hole in the tree was this adventure. Purple coat girl has come up this adventure.
Oh, I thought you meant like the last session where you guys have access to the alcohol now, and you left a giant dead body on the road.
Yeah, giant.
Oh,
don't worry, it's just a record.
Well, I
Just
think
a
if I remember right, someone called the cops and told them to go take over the scene and get rid of all the evidence.
not really get rid of the evidence.
What do you
but,
think they're gonna do?
That's what they're gonna do.
Well, they're gonna
I am
ignore.
glad that she's here because when she was like, "I know how the cops are," I'm over there. Mm-hmm.
They're gonna ignore all the clay monsters and let me do my job with the alcohol.
Definitely.
Yep.
I bring evidence A, the ID.
But moving
Right.
past the dead body, like you guys could go back and maybe that alcohol will be there. Like the guy arrived in a truck with like multiple kegs of the alcohol. You guys now have a
Supposedly,
source
yeah.
of that. I mean, and
Maybe
also
it's
the truck,
part
I
of
guess.
Keg's still there.
I mean, you could arrive and they've been taken back, but there's
Well,
always the chance that you could go there and find that they are there for your use, selling, or using as a disguise. You have a third address now.
Barrel of alcohol.
Well, no, I mean you have
No, I don't.
another address you could go to now. You could drive that truck there, pretend that you're coming back with alcohol, which would be weird. I guess
There
if
was
you're
two
going
new
to-
addresses. There was the guy's actual address someone had recovered, and then the address he had on a paper or his ID or something.
Yeah, on a piece of paper in his wallet.
Jed Stosky?
Uskoski, yeah.
Stosky.
The Uskoski boys.
Oh, my question from earlier. So I know that Jed's whole thing is that he said that they killed his children, right?
Yeah,
Um,
they killed them very violently.
so what
Okay.
I was thinking this whole time is the one disappeared, which is the one that told him, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And the other one, they buried the body in the graveyard. So how did he know that one was killed? Was it just because the one didn't come back or something? Or
One
is it just
escaped
like an
into the
assumption?
wilderness.
Yeah, but that was before the second one got killed.
That is
I don't
true.
know. It's kind of nitpicking.
That is true. Pickle, what did you do?
Pickle!
I don't mean to poke holes, but I was just confused.
No, it is good to ask him to clarify it because one, if we did fuck up his DMs, it keeps us accountable and, remembering stuff and getting better as DMs. But two, like I thought he fucked up when you sniped that Claymore. I was kind of mad because I was like, I'm hitting headshots and I'm getting -4s to mine, which I'm having to work hard to like negate that. And you got a +2 or something to your shot just because. I was like, man, fuck you. And then we were like, you had the Joker, you had a boost because
got
of
a Joker as well,
the
though.
light beam, and there was like all this stuff, and it actually added up. It was accurate, and I was like, okay, shit, my bad, you were right. I'll shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
I was like, should I not? Should I give King the glory? And I was like, well,
No,
okay,
it
he
was
might die if
cool.
I give him the glory, because it was his idea.
No,
I wanted to have it bite your truck.
You wanted what?
I wanted to have the monster bite your truck and like rip off the tailgate.
I could tell Pickles afterwards. He
You
messaged
didn't
me.
get a new truck.
Pickles was like, I had plans for him to like attack you guys. And I was like, sorry,
Well,
she's
if
too
you
OP,
fail-
bro.
If you guys had failed your driving role with whoever you picked to do driving, none of you can drive. None of you are stunt drivers, I should say. You all have driver's license and can drive.
I actually have the drive skill training.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
I didn't know that,
Oh.
by the way. I did
Why
not know
was
that.
I gonna drive? That's the worst idea. I crashed my Jeep.
Oh, hell yeah, you do.
That was one of the things I picked up as a police officer because, as a police officer, I should be able to drive pretty good.
I'm really glad
Yeah,
we switched.
okay. That made the most sense. I just
Yeah,
looked
it's
over
very
my
good.
version of your character sheet, and it's like driving. Yeah, you bought it. I'm like, oh damn! Because I went into it thinking nobody had driving, and it's like, okay, so my goal is then to have you trying to avoid having these monsters falling on, and have one of your people dealing with a melee character, and the other person being like, but there's a giant fucking thing back there. And
Meanwhile, Verde's like,
fuck you, Pickles. Yeah, I felt it. It was good. No, I liked it because that made you guys more badass, and I'm like, damn, you guys can take some danger here.
Good teamwork.
Both of the rifle shots, like you guys were both doing the same goal of taking down this creature, and because you were able to focus with your weapons, you were able to do a lot of damage, and rip apart its body pieces and take away the limb. I liked all of your ideas there, going for the limb shot because you had seen it before as something that kind of worked on these creatures, tearing open the belly with the torso shots, going for the head shots and getting eyes making
Yeah,
me
that was a really
nauseous.
good idea.
Yeah, no, you guys were full of great ideas there. And so that was it was at least fun for me. Even if I didn't get to have a creature with claws being like, I'm in the party now, I'm on the truck, party truck.
So I've
Well, I'm
killed
sure there will be another time when we'll be in danger driving.
I've killed 2 of those giant monsters now. Well, I killed one and helped with one.
The giant monsters?
Yeah, because that one in the mine, I
I
told.
don't think they
Well,
come
I
doing
told,
it.
but I told Verde, I was like, yeah, I killed one down there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
took credit for it. I was like, yeah, no, I killed this giant monster down there. Took this fang, I'm turning into a sword.
Yeah, that was you. Yeah,
Yep,
definitely.
I definitely did that.
Titan won't tell a soul.
No. As long as we don't go back down there, he won't tell a soul.
I am curious about going back there.
No. You're not allowed. You can't go look. She's the doctor. She's like, it's weird. This seems like it's been dead a lot longer than that.
Well, also, comes with the healing skill is forensics,
Mhm.
and at some point, I do want to involve that in this because I've been so curious.
Chat is
about,
wondering. Chat's saying that we need to get someone to investigate the clay and like do a workup on it and figure out what that is.
Mhm.
The mortician has experience with that.
Yeah,
Or
and the more stuff we give to the cops, it definitely helps us out.
But the guy in the morgue, he's friends with Detective Verde. He's been very, very friendly and sharing information with Verde.
You say that very sus. He's been very friendly.
So the problem with so
Is he a
I'm
counter
gonna
agent?
I'm going to answer the elephant in the room we have here with Verde giving stuff to the cops. Verde still has a job.
He's like the only one with a job currently.
Yes, so he
Yeah.
still has to at least look like he's doing something.
You're on vacation, or did you quit, or
No,
like,
he's
not you, her.
no.
Well,
Are you
have
here
to
for me? Who's here for me? I'm looking this
no
way.
one for me.
Oh.
For me, it's nobody.
Yeah, there's nobody over there.
Yeah,
Like
you're on my
top
right.
for
I'm
me.
in the top
Oh.
left. Yeah.
Wherever she is, that's who I'm looking at.
So you have to do residency before you like can officially practice as a doctor. So she graduated, she just hasn't done the residency yet. So she's kind of in limbo. She has her degree, but she hasn't practiced for real yet.
And what kind of doctor are you? Like feet?
She's a no, she is a ER surgeon.
Masseuse?
Like,
I tried to get her to massage my shoulders. She wouldn't do it.
She would not.
No, she wouldn't. We were in the truck, and she was like, "I don't feel like working
least-
on him
at
right
least
now." And I was
not-
like, "You could heal me. I
not
got
just
some
knowing.
tight spots right here." She ignored me.
Yeah,
We're
ER
focused on
surgeon
the
was what I read.
diamond. Yeah. Like high chaos, like very
I'm like, "What kind of
intense
doctor are you? You're
stuff.
one of them like you work the nuts." Like I'm a surgeon, bro. It's like the same thing, right? You don't go to school. Okay, so story so far, we've got so we've got the new address, we've got all the evidence at the farm. It's probably our 2 biggest ones, and then Jed Yuskoski's still alive. Right? Yeah, because we're taking him to a hospital?
You took
He's
him to
been
a
put
hospital.
You took him to that. Yeah, he's already there.
Well, that's
Under-
right, yeah,
like-
I was asleep.
Because he's technically been arrested.
Right. Except, didn't he have bullet holes in him?
Yes.
Which means
Yeah, he was
there's
he
gonna
was just like
be
handcuffed.
police reports and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Verde's
Verde's,
on it in the
Verde's
morning.
taking care of it.
I'm remembering why I was
Yeah,
asleep
that's
in the
why
back of the truck.
I kept saying like, "Are you sure? You sure this is a good idea?"
No,
He's
so
like, "Well,
Verde's taking care of it. He's taking care of the reports and everything. Left the clay people out of it because he knows what happens.
And
So,
I stayed away from all
Basically,
that.
it's been boiled down to in the course of my investigation, he shot at me. I shot back. I won.
Yeah, that's true.
makes sense.
So it's been taken care of.
Didn't I shoot? No, I didn't shoot him. I shot the monster aliens.
Yeah,
You shot his children.
Verde's the one that shot him to pieces with a
Is
shotgun.
it like
That's
that?
terrible. Yeah, phrasing, bro. Thanks.
He called you a child killer last episode.
We're not writing a wiki for this game.
A known child killer.
Yeah, Kingsman, child killer. God damn it.
Well, I mean, they were his children. What did they do when they interacted with you guys at the farm for the first time? And they did what you guys described as
Running away into a
Hugging.
tree.
baby
Hugging?
talk.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I think at
Verde
one
said,
point-
"Why are they baby talking?" Because I was like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah."
Oh yeah, Verde did go. Why are you baby talking to me? Stop it.
And no, it pissed you off. It's one of those things.
Because okay, so the thing going through Verde's mind is this thing looks an awful lot like the thing that tried to eat that one chick in
Yes.
Golden Rage.
And you're not wrong.
And now it's walking towards me with its arms open, claws out, mouth open. Yeah, not taking the chance.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you
right.
should-
It did try and hug you.
It was going
Not
to try
taking
and-
that chance.
Are these things really
Didn't-
fucking children? Did we murder children?
Didn't one try and attack Titan or attack Titan?
Oh yeah, yeah.
During
they killed
that
the
last-
fuck out of Titan.
Yeah, at the last
Last adventure.
interaction.
The squirrel thing? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
That's
the
where
last
I
one.
got paranoid and I'm killing them. That's why I was like, I'm
Well,
killing
it was
them.
it was the same things, right?
Yeah.
Apparently. Yes?
Well, there
Yeah,
was a
it-
mixture. There was like
Similar flesh. They were just wearing
Okay.
forced garb.
Yeah, that's what
Masks
we're
of
trying to
flesh.
understand. Because, like, for the monsters, it seems like there's a bunch of different factions of monsters we're finding out. Because even
Yeah.
they were like, the mushroom
Yeah.
guys, we're not for, you're with the mushroom guys. We're like,
Mhm.
you're the mushroom guys. What are you talking about? No, we're different. You all look the same.
Yeah, the mushroom guys seem similar to them.
Yeah,
Like,
but they
like
were
the
they were
same
saying
flesh.
they're a different faction altogether. So not only do we have
Yeah,
all
I
the
did say
humanoid
that.
factions, now we have a bunch of different monster factions.
That
I
was
don't
a
know who the
redneck
enemy
told me
is.
that. That was some redneck
No.
that sells illegal alcohol to.
It's redneck propaganda.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so I mean, I think a big thing to consider when you're hearing these characters talk is that some of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and some of them do know what the fuck they're talking about, but also they're like believing their method is best. The mimes, of course, have told you that they need to respond to things and like go out there and deal with it because it's wrong to leave that undealt with. And the librarians told you a different story, that it's better to survive and record and gather information to be able to confidently take on things when you're prepared. Two different approaches, but they all believe they're doing the right thing, and you probably won't be able to persuade them otherwise. Everybody's coming at you with information, and I guess the pickle of the campaign is to find out what is actually the truth. Who I mean, everybody's telling you their truth if they are like honest, but what is the actual truth of everything? And that's why I made this a very finite campaign, 7 adventures, where you will eventually make it to the end, where you will know generally, hopefully, what's going on, who's responsible for things, who's kind of like in the gray area of responsible for things, and what you want to do, how you want to solve things, who you want to have punished or defeated or turned to dust.
Verde really wants to talk to Purple Girl again.
I want to get the cops fired.
You
These
always
Well-
want to get fired.
I have one use for the cops before we completely burn that bridge.
Yeah.
I realized after when I was rewatching the session that it would be important to take the money, both a copy of one of the bills, not a copy, but one of the bills that I was given in person and one of the bills that was put in her mailbox, and take it to the cops and see if it's a similar shutdown or if it's a different person or
Yeah,
So
it's
we
not
can-
like you have a cop talking to
no,
you.
giving it to Verde. And see if it's the same, like if it's actually Craig Hall or if it's a different person or you know.
Are you
So
talking about like
that's
fingerprints
follow
on
now.
the
Yeah.
dollars?
Yep.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about seeing if the money was real or not. I was like,
Oh, okay. So
No,
you're trying
no.
to see
you're
who
No.
famous
ate.
and rich. Shut up.
So
I was a little
I,
bit more lost. Yeah,
I
that
will
makes
tell
sense.
you the problem with money is that there is 50 billion different fingerprints from that many people on a
Mhm.
dollar bill. So there's
Well,
no
they're
way
hundreds.
that's not really any better. There's no way in hell you're gonna get a definitive fingerprint off of.
But what if you did?
Yeah, there's always a chance.
Then it'd be a damn miracle.
It would be alarming, likely, if you found a very clear fingerprint on that money.
Or yeah, if there
Very
are
much
no
so,
other
yeah.
fingerprints and then just that one, and it sends up another flag.
Well, it could be like fresh money, but yeah. I don't know. Thought it'd be worth a try.
Chat wants to know what you're gonna name your emotional support shotgun.
I'm not sure. Medicine stick, I think, was the prevalent answer I said before.
Medicine stick. In honor of the Roomba, you can name it the Boomba.
The Boomba.
I've got a great one actually. I use it for when I play Mithras or M Space, our sci-fi game on Saturday on Inwill's channel, twitch.tv/Inwills, INWILS. That's where I play a lot of games. But when we do our sci-fi thing, I play a guy that's an ex-law enforcer. He has a shotgun. I called it the Bloody Snail. Because with the Mithras M Space Destined systems, it's very, very easy to blow off a leg. I feel like I'm always rolling leg as the target I hit. So I shotgun somebody, blow off their leg, and then they're crawling away, leaving a bloody trail. And I feel like that's the best sell for a shotgun.
That's a pretty good name.
It's messed up. I do want to say it is messed up. I see everybody being like, God, that's not okay, Mr. Pickles.
The mental image is a bit much, but like,
I can't stop hitting their
what?
legs. I want to do headshots. I would love to kill them instantly. But no, it's just, bam, your leg is obliterated. It's like,
Call it the Bloody Snail.
yeah, well, it makes, yeah.
This is probably just me, but there's a thing called the snail trail. And if it's a bloody snail trail, it's chat, how do I say this? Never mind. I'm just gonna move on. We're just not gonna cover that topic.
Oh.
We're gonna move on to another topic. Don't think about it. We're moving on. There you go. Name it the Bloody Snail, Fred.
Yeah, so that's why one of the players always giggles.
Okay, it's not just me that thought of it. Okay, good.
Okay, well, I'm slow, I guess.
Yep, it's
I thought it was.
I mean, your reasoning works too. Chats, you. Moving on.
Bulls.
What's Iris's weapon of choice called? It has a name too.
She named it Curie after the scientist.
Curie?
She's like a woman in STEM. Yeah,
Is a scientist?
she's a famous scientist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
she's
know that. Yeah, of course, I know scientists.
Jesus.
Edit that out and post it. Yeah, I will. I'll take that out. I don't know if I can because Pickles is still reacting.
I'm just like, this is okay. Yeah, you take it that way with the name, and then we move on to women in STEM. It's like,
I had to like redeem myself
joke.
after. I don't have. Oh no, I did come up with a name for mine.
Yeah, what was the name for yours?
It was named. Oh, I had it named Celeste just because I know this really hot chick named Celeste. It's really not nearly as important, but
Yeah, not an embarrassing story.
your guys' names were so much better. Women, professional, famous woman researcher, and period jokes.
I think that's his charm.
Yeah, we. Thanks for joining Under the Table. I don't know what I'll call mine. The big schlong, I guess. Just to bring it full circle.
Yeah. Let's go forward here and make it about your dick.
Yep, full circle. There we go. And then you have to do something about butts, all right, Fred? And that way we've got it all covered.
All right,
No, but look. Your trademark weapon, the M4, it's just so fully customizable. You can just change everything about it as you want. It's a whole weird, gross metaphor. I thought that would make you smile. That you seem.
I don't. I'm not following where you were going with this. I thought you were about to tell me the name. Oh, if my gun is my dick, because my dick is so customizable.
Yeah, and that's the joke I was going. We've derailed here.
Welcome to the penis pod. No, none of
Under
this
the
is
table
go
has
on.
gotten dark.
YouTube's bleep everything on this.
I'm glad I haven't set up my streaming.
Anyways, yeah, no, I thought you were actually going somewhere with that, Pickles, and you were gonna come up with a really cool name, like it should be called like the Transformer or something, because it has all these customizations. Not my dick,
I didn't have any good joke. I realized that halfway through, and I was like, no, you gotta see this. You gotta see this train go into the catastrophe.
Car crash. Can't help but watch. What were you gonna say, Disney?
Can't help but stomp on the gas.
I feel like you'd give it some kind of like a Borderlands gun name. Any of like the naming conventions from Borderlands.
That's cool, but I'm not super familiar with all the Borderlands lore. What would that entail?
I can't think of any examples right now.
Hey,
it's just
like you bark. I'm gonna ask to see the bite.
Well, it's like a brand plus a few like name modifiers. Like they might have Astro Off, Cobra, Death Claimer.
That's a terrible
it's like,
name.
okay, well, Cobras are usually but each one means something. Like Cobra means it's like more damage, a little bit less accuracy, or something, and then like the Death Claimer is a lot of damage, a little bit of more of an accuracy penalty. I don't know. That's not going anywhere, because I mean, Savage Worlds doesn't really look at those percent penalties. It looks at like things that are enough to be a +1 or a +2, -1, -2, and then of course if Pickles wants you to fail, -4, exceed +4. So that's where it's sort of like a lot of the guns are pretty similar. It's just what you want to be holding, what makes you happy.
I can't find any good names because it's like a randomly generated thing.
Well,
but they're all like badass gun number 97, and it's just very like loud and very Kingsman.
That would be something I could see like Kingsman doing, like naming it something so stupid, like badass number 1. That's my name.
If you ever want to know the name of the proper name of a gun or anything, just all you gotta do is ask me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we really want to be serious, they're not called guns; they're firearms, and you should get that right.
If you want to go that far, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're pew-pews, and I will die on that hill.
So, like, I hear people like, we need to ban guns, and oh, that's a gun, and I was like, actually, this is a semi-automatic rifle. It's not a gun. It's not a toy. But we want to
not have pew-pews in my neighborhood.
Yeah, this is my pew-pew. It's not a gun. The chat's making fun of me though. Like, I like how Wrath thinks that Transformer was a cool name. All right, fuck off, chat.
No, guys. It was the dead end when I started down there, and so just he followed me down that dead end, following my glow sticks. Didn't really help him. There's no way you were going to save that.
Shout out to Labyrinthine. If you haven't seen it, go watch the series. It's all up on YouTube.
It's a fun series, but the main point being that you went down the same dead end as me, and you got killed by the same monsters. Like, there's no jokes there.
It's true. Now chat's moved on. They're panicking because Pickles is a Borderlands fanboy.
I like the first one.
We have plans, I think, to dabble ourselves in the second one, don't we? It's on our list of games.
It's because I really loved the first one, and that really motivated me. And the second and third just kind of, I played them and I was like, I don't really like this. And I thought maybe if I play with somebody else, they might ignite my passion, and then it's actually fun. Like how we've played some games that I didn't like at all, and we enjoyed it.
Like Barotrauma?
No, I was thinking more.
If anyone's wondering, there's no Barotrauma episode out on YouTube because that game was fucking ass. And we hated it, and we both uninstalled it. I returned it. I don't own it.
What's the game we both just picked up together though? That we're like, well, we don't know this game. Let's just play it.
Police Simulator, Patrol Duty,
Before Police Simulator is like
Labyrinthine, Divinity Original Sin.
no.
I will say Borderlands is better with people.
The reason I like Borderlands, or the idea of playing that with Pickles, was we played through a game, RoboQuest. And
yes, RoboQuest.
Yeah, we played through RoboQuest.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I don't think that's on YouTube. That was just on stream. We had fun with it, but that's kind of the vibe that I got from it. Like us just hanging out, running through the level, killing shit, you know.
Oh, Phasmophobia. That's the game we picked up. We were both like, I don't know this game. Let's just learn it together.
I think we had both played it before, and both of us were kind of like, meh. But we had both played with different groups.
Yeah, and we both learned it together. So, yeah, I don't really know why I got distracted there, but that was the game. Wow. I guess we've derailed pretty far from the original train track.
Yeah, what was the question?
Yeah.
Green Channel Golden Ridge.
Strange Shadow Golden Ridge, yeah. Okay, yeah, we were talking about that. I don't know how much of this I'm probably gonna have to edit that whole section out. So if there's a random cut in this episode, it's because we just went down a rabbit trail. Went down a rabbit hole on a trail that wasn't appropriate and didn't really make sense. Anywho, we're back. Welcome. Let's start over. Welcome to Under the Table.
And now we're starting the episode.
Yeah, and now back to Under the Table. Well, we're coming up on the end. Does anyone have any other thoughts as far as episode 6 or any other episodes?
I don't have any. No.
What are our plans going into the next episode? As far as I know, we left off with me passed out in the back of her truck outside.
You all went
home. I took you to your house, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you pretended to be asleep.
We snuggled together, and Fred and I snuggled together on accident, and she dropped Titan off the wrong address.
That was the last joke we had. We goof.
Last joke.
Yeah, no, we ended it with you guys all going to sleep, and you're going to be waking up on Thursday morning. And
yes.
Yeah, you have those leads that you can go to. You can go visit this guy's house.
Friday morning.
No? What was it?
I think it was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday when we went back in time to when you were going to meet up with us. Which means...
It was Wednesday, and then you guys Wednesday night were at that farm shotgunning a lady.
Oh, so we will be waking up Thursday morning here. Okay, I'll shut up.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys went back in time a little bit, but then you caught up. Wednesday evening was the shotgunning and light blasting, and
the shotgunning is the title now.
The shotgunning,
the great shotgunning.
Done. Yeah, and so you guys have a few options going forward. There is going back to clean up the scene, so to speak. You could try and find the body of the giant monster. That might be good evidence or something. I don't know. You could go back to the farm to try and find your cop car, Verde, and Jeep. Also your Jeep that's stuck in the mud. And also there's the the truck with all the booze in it. You have some of the peculiar alcohol. If you want to get in contact with Craig Hall, you have the perfect item if you can grab that to get in contact with him. Because you know, more than anything, that guy's just been like hovering like a hawk around Roger Potts trying to get that. There's also the address that's mysterious that you don't know anything about that you could follow. So you got a number of things that could lead down.
And the Melvin Bleeker shit. That still is a quest of mine.
Yeah, and he lives in the same apartment building as the doctor.
Yeah. That'll be
and then
interesting.
what's that weird ghost lady thing? Do you remember that?
Miss Wolferson? Or the one that was in his apartment looking at me from the window? Yeah, that actually creeped me out. I didn't like that. Don't do that.
It did too to me. Yeah.
Even I was like, I don't like it. That's when you know Pickles is good at what he does. Because I couldn't run a horror game. Like, it doesn't work. But Pickles is able to run a horror game, and it touches me. And I don't like it.
I'm glad that worked for you.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's why it's hard to read your players when you're running a horror game. If you're doing it well, they kind of seem pissed.
Yeah, I'm over here like, and you're like, oh, he doesn't like my game, and I'm like, that was great. Chat wants to know. Oh, chat wants to know if you are going to do it, and I took that personally watching the Strange Town Golden Ridge movie.
That would be hilarious.
Watch the Strange
Yeah,
Town
so-
Golden Ridge movie and do an and I took that personally on it.
In the first episode, this guy clearly does not know what he's doing. Turned into an asshole about it. Brad's like, he's not that bad. No. Here's the thing. The goblin creature left the farm first. How would it be able to tell that the guy got shot in the head?
Call him out.
Bullshit.
Call him out.
I rely on you guys for all of my fodder, of course.
See,
No,
you couldn't do it on King's Crossing because you'd feel bad. You're like, no, I have to be nice. Those are my friends. But you could do it to do it to Strange Town Golden Ridge because
oh yeah,
you're the DM.
Yeah, I'm very, very capable of shooting myself with my criticism.
Yeah, let's phrasing.
Yeah, but the gun of criticism,
It's
I
a
can point
joke.
it at my abdomen. It's just like, ow.
Just takes me back to one of the last ever the Mr. Pickles show streams where he played a police officer who was like, oh, I can click on my gun. Game over.
The game said clean your gun. I didn't remember to take the magazine out. It's a bullshit point-and-click adventure game from 1992.
Your first
Oh,
mistake.
Blue Force.
I was only
Hey.
barely paying attention. I was over here doing stuff, watching his show, and I was like, yeah.
Pickle, do you know
What
what
just
do you-
happened?
Pickle, do you know what the literal first rule of cleaning your weapon is?
No, I don't. That's the problem. I was playing a 1992 point-and-click adventure game that's like, you should know everything about being a cop, including all of the call signs. And I was just like, I'm Mr. Pickles. Clean my gun is my goal. Okay, take gun. Clean. Bam. And it's like,
Okay.
well, don't point at yourself while cleaning.
Followed by that is just 5 minutes of what?
Oh, Pickle,
what just
the
happened?
The literal first rule is make sure your firearm is clear.
They didn't tell me that. I didn't graduate police academy with that knowledge.
I
They didn't give me
either.
anything.
I
This is
didn't
why-
even go to police academy.
We've been petitioning for Pickles to come back and start streaming video games again because that was just it's ingrained in my. It's one of the funniest things I've seen. I've been streaming and have had a lot of funny moments, and I will put that moment up there with a lot of my funniest moments.
Yeah, it's funny when I suck at video games.
Us too, obviously. If you guys watch
speak-
Strange Town Golden Ridge, it's all about us sucking at this game.
Speaking of video games that we may or may not suck at, I've been
Police
playing a lot of
Simulator?
police simulator.
Yeah, Fred's hooked on police. I was telling Pickles that Fred is hooked on Police Simulator now. Stop resisting! But anyways, that's going to be the end of Under the Table, mostly about Strange Town Golden Ridge. So if you guys enjoy this, please go watch this series. It's all up on YouTube. You can catch all the episodes there. There are more dropping currently. We are in the middle of filming, so more are dropping basically every week as we can, record them and get them out. Once this adventure ends, this game will go on hiatus, but it is not done. It has 3 more adventures? 4.
We're on the 3rd adventure, and there will be 4 more after this.
4 more adventures after.
For a total of 7.
Yep. So when this adventure ends, it will go on hiatus, but there are more adventures to come, so there's always more to see. Subscribe for that. While this game is on hiatus, we will be switching back to a game called King's Crossing. You can catch all those episodes. There are 21 episodes right now. They're all up on YouTube. We are going through the first season of that game. It's basically about a 30 episode long season, give or take, depending on how the game goes and how many episodes. Maybe it's a 32, 34, whatever. But you guys can catch that, and now is a good time to get into it. If you haven't seen it, you can go through and start watching it now, and you should be hopefully caught up by the time we start recording again. But that's going to do it for this one. That's our announcements for today. Thank you guys for joining. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment all your guys' questions, comments, concerns, anything you guys thought of that we didn't discuss here in the episode, and we can address it during the next Under the Table. I don't have anything else. Anyone else have anything?
I'm good.
I love you.
Hey, Pickles got it in this time, and that's it from us. We will see you in the next one. Later.
Yes.